everyone, this is Tanya from the Saved by King Jesus channel. Today we're going to be looking into the transhuman agenda again, because they seem to be ramping this stuff up. We are actually witnessing the days of Noah, and they're upon us.
So, you wake up with a hangover that lasts only a minute, thanks to the nanotechnology in your blood. During your commute in your driverless car, you catch up on world events in VR. At work, your boss asks you to do something technical for which you have no training. Not a problem. You simply download the relevant knowledge directly into your brain.
I know Kung Fu. Show me.
This may seem like a wonderful, distant future paradise, but according to computer scientist and futurist Ray Kurzweil, author of the book, The Singularity is Near, this futuristic world is closer than we think, all thanks to the coming singularity. So what is this singularity, and are there any hot singularities in my area? 1. What is the singularity? Gen X will remember playing Pong on the Atari, while Gen Y grew up with Sonic the Hedgehog on the SNES, and Gen Z plays Fortnite on the Xbox. Nowadays, VR and AR are all the rage. Besides making you feel old, this illustrates how fast technology can improve in just a few generations. In fact, the improvements are speeding up. This is called the law of accelerating returns. As technology continues to develop, smarter computers will be able to design superior technologies themselves, and so on. If this acceleration keeps getting faster and faster, it will eventually become impossible to track all the new innovations, creating an age where anything is possible. This is what scientists like Kurzweil call the singularity. 2. More of Moore's law. The TLDR of Moore's law is that the number of transistors on a microchip doubles about every 2 years. Critics have expressed doubt over this so-called law, pointing out that we're reaching the limit to how small we can make transistors, creating a hard limit for technological advancements. In other words, we'll never reach the singularity. These critiques may be oversimplistic, since this assumes that innovation can only be measured by how powerful we make a microchip. The explosion of machine learning, like Stable Diffusion and ChatGPT, has demonstrated that software has a huge role to play when it comes to innovation. Currently in development are nanotubes, which are tiny carbon cylinders that are excellent candidates as chip components, transmitting data more quickly than silicon-based transistors. And forget about those old flat CPUs we're all used to. Get ready for 3D chips that can vertically stack multiple layers of transistors, shortening connections within a chip, massively increasing processing speed. All of these, as well as DNA computing and quantum computing, shows that Moore's law is far from over. 3. Upgrading humans. Nanotechnology is expected to revolutionize the medical industry, with tiny robots injected into the human body capable of eliminating toxins, bacteria, and viruses, repairing damaged genes as well as clone organs. With the ability to cure Alzheimer's and deliver cancer medication to cancerous cells, nanobots will keep an individual healthy for pretty much forever. They can even be controlled via the internet. Just make sure you've installed NordVPN. # not sponsored. 4. It's cyberpunk time. In the near future, humans will have the option to become cyborgs, with many of their organs replaced by electronic devices that enhance their performance. Nanobots will replace the heart, lungs, and blood, delivering oxygen to the bloodstream and removing carbon dioxide. With memory chips, our long-term memory will expand significantly. Nanobots will allow our brains to connect to the internet, downloading any information we desire. As technology advances, humans will undergo a fundamental makeover, exchanging Body 2.0 for Body 3.0, a body made entirely from nanobots with the ability to take any form the host wishes. Being human in this future will have very few limits. 5. To the singularity and beyond, all of these advancements are not going to stop there. The author predicts that in the year 2045, the singularity will finally be here. This change will bring about technologies beyond what we can currently imagine. One could purchase a computer that is 1 billion times more intelligent than all of humanity combined. Machines will develop and communicate so quickly that humans won't be able to understand any of it. As we push past the singularity, intelligence will continue to unfold throughout the universe. While computer chips will eventually reach a physical limit, machines will compensate by increasing in size to keep increasing in power. As a result, more and more of the Earth will be transformed into a giant computer by nanobots. Even the materials of stars and planets will be transformed into computers. 6. The gooey side of the singularity. A future in which machines surpasses human intelligence and cause a fundamental shift in human history may seem amazing, but it also brings the risk of nanobots malfunctioning and causing chaos on Earth. Self-replicating nanobots could become infected with a virus that could turn them into destructive bots, self-replicating without limit. If nanobots started replicating uncontrollably outside the body, they could decimate the Earth's biomass, destroying all life in just a few days, with what's called grey goo. So basically, the entire planet will turn into one giant ball of snot. The key is to develop safeguards and regulations to ensure that they don't become uncontrollable. With brain implants, humanity can transform into powerful cyborgs that can communicate with super-smart sentient robots. The future of technology is far more thrilling and chilling than what is even imaginable. The intelligence of AI will undoubtedly eventually eclipse that of human intelligence. But we could always upgrade.
Authentication is irritating. This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. It may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents. I take a vitamin every morning. What if I could take vitamin authentication?
What?
This pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch, and it creates an 18-bit ECG-like signal in your body, and essentially your entire body becomes your authentication token.
Introducing Brain Bridge, the world's first revolutionary concept for a head transplant machine, which uses state-of-the-art robotics and artificial intelligence to conduct complete head and face transplantation procedures, ensuring smooth outcomes and faster recoveries. Because head transplants require high speed, precision, and efficiency, Brain Bridge utilizes advanced high-speed, high-precision robotic systems to speed up the process, eliminate human error, prevent brain cell degradation, and ensure seamless compatibility. The head transplant procedure involves removing a person's entire head containing the brain from their current diseased body and attaching it to the body of a healthy, young, brain-dead donor. Head transplants could provide individuals with severe medical conditions such as terminal cancer, paralysis, spinal cord injuries, or neurodegenerative diseases the opportunity to have a fully functional body while preserving their consciousness, memories, and cognitive abilities.
When it started, I can't put my finger on it, but it's different now. There's been a shift. It's like something's opening up in the world, a kind of hole to the center of nothingness. You'd say, well, hon, evil has always existed. You'd cite some statistic about how the world is getting better, less murder, more health, less global horror. Never been a better time to be alive, hon. You'd say, come back. It's not getting better. And I keep needing to hear your answers because something's happening around us and nobody sees but me.
China is creating a new master race. U.S. intelligence shows that China has conducted human testing on members of the People Liberation Army in hope of developing soldiers with biologically enhanced capabilities, wrote then Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe, titled China is National Security Threat Number 1. All these Chinese moves are meant to obtain biological dominance. There are, as Ratcliffe noted, no ethical boundaries to Beijing's pursuit of power. The experiment invoked the eugenics program of the Third Reich to create a master race. What is the most disturbing about these endeavors is that China has gained access to CRISPR and advanced genetic biotech research thanks to the relationship with the United States and other advanced Western nations. China's regime does not have ethics or decency. It is not bound by law and does not have a sense of restraint. However, it is a rapid weaponization of biotechnology. It does have the technology to start a whole new species of genetically enhanced humans. So moving forward with this project, in 2022, the People's Liberation Army Academy of Military Scientists reported that a team of military scientists inserted a gene from the tardigrade into human embryonic stem cells in an experiment with the stated possibility of creating soldiers resistant to acute radiation syndrome who could survive nuclear fallout. So if you guys are wondering what the tardigrade is, let's take a look at this National Institute of General Medical Sciences. And they call this organism a superhero. These tardigrades have secured the title of the cutest. I wouldn't call them cute, I call them hideous invertebrate. They're tiny creatures that average about the size of a grain of salt. Tardigrades are known for their ability to survive harsh conditions. Extreme cold, boiling heat, intensive pressure, lack of oxygen, and even UV radiation. But it's only the species from land, not water, that have supposedly evolved to this near indestructibility. These tardigrades can go into extreme hibernation, where their bodies lose almost all of the water, shrivel into a ball, and shut down their metabolism. Once they're exposed to water again, they rehydrate and seem to come back to life within minutes. Now let's take a look at what Putin has to say about this.
Mankind is currently facing many threats. Due to the genetic researches, it is now possible to create a superhuman, a specialized human being, a genetically engineered athlete, scientist, military man. It is impossible to stop research in genetics or AI today, just as it was impossible to stop the use of gunpowder back in the day. But as soon as we realize that the threat comes from unbridled and uncontrolled development of AI, or genetics, or any other field, the time will come to reach an international agreement on how to regulate these things.
So on to the present day. Let's take a look at Black Swan, everyone, Dawn of the Super Soldier. The idea of having a super soldier in the ranks is a tantalizing prospect for any military. Just imagine a soldier who could withstand pain, extreme cold, or the need to sleep. Although it might sound a little something like out of a science fiction, emerging technologies capable of augmenting the human body are rapidly evolving and becoming a reality. Injectable night vision, blood engineered for the ability to breathe underwater, bionic hearing. All these things are no longer science fiction. Super soldiers are fast becoming a reality, and militaries across the world are searching for ways to beef up their troops to make them stronger, faster, and more deadly.
A lot of it's just a pattern recognition. We're probably all using ChatGPT by now, I would hope. But there's also the third generation, like neuromorphics, right? Which gets down to the combination of this software and hardware into a tiny little chip that can be implanted, right? So will it actually just be the external technology, like they're sitting down and they have better hardware available to them, or is it a combination?
Well, there's others, right? There's some, actually, in some of the joint slides on here, I don't know if you want to share some of those, but They talk about things like, synthetic blood. allowing you to be underwater for much longer than currently able. And of course, being able to have drops in the eyes to create night vision, the ability to I fall back to training because that's my area, but so I'll say the ability to learn something much faster. One of the things in the Air Force we talk about is as we add airframes and as we get into 6th gen, where we're dealing with semi-autonomous vehicles, the amount of data an individual is going to have to take in and the speed at which they're going to have to take up the ability to utilize a new airframe may be very, very fast. How do we get that information into the individual quickly and also recognize what they have to unlearn and relearn? How do we do all of those assessments? So some of it is really cool stuff, right? Like just the idea of synthetic blood in and of itself is mind-boggling and what that might allow you to do. And some of it is just really tangible things. Okay, great, we have these capabilities. When and how do we use them? And for whom do we use them to make most sense? So I think when we start talking about, well, what does it look like? It's going to look like all of these things. You are going to have operators who are drone operators that are sitting at a keyboard. You are going to have folks that are Navy SEALs that are going to use the capabilities in night vision and blood to be able to do things. You are going to have individuals who have to be the more cognitive weapon systems, as I like to call them, who are going to need the neuro boost and expansion that Andy's talking about. And so we're going to need all of these pieces. I think part of the question is, this is largely available in pieces parts, and one of our hallmark challenges in DoD is bringing it all together.
Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
And the next video, coming across what appears to be more evidence. This man, who was in the Navy, has claimed that he's turning into a shapeshifter and has documented it. Let's have a look.
What you're about to hear is real. My name, it's not too important. The information that I'm about to tell you is extremely important. I was an intelligence specialist with the United States Navy. Since then, if you watch my other videos, strange things have started to happen to my body. If you remember, my eye has started to get more of a slit and a reptilian, or I guess snake eye appearance. If you look at my other videos, or what I'm adding right here, you can actually see up close what my eye looks like. If you remember, my body in certain areas, like for example, you look at my elbows, this isn't a trick. This isn't something that I'm doing some Photoshop event. My elbows on both sides, I'm growing additional limbs. My hands, my thumbs, they're extending and growing too. What's going on with my body? You guys wanted to know an update. Look, first of all, if you guys haven't seen stuff like, for example, my elbows, look at this shit. Hold on one second. It's not just my elbows that are changing. Look, we got forearm stuff now. I don't know if I can, it pops out pretty far. My eyes, look, if I go totally in, you guys can see, look, normal eyes, right? And I'm not doing it, but when you toggle it, and people are like, hey, wait, first of all, so that you can see there's no, like, I don't know, contact or anything in there. Do you see? Nothing. No, but if I move it to the side, watch. Do you guys see that? It's crazy, right? As promised, this is me. I said I was gonna do a Mother's Day video of different, I guess, part of my body, since people want shapeshifter updates. You can see these portions where I go through and make things grow. Well, let me show an example first before I go into how it looks when it goes back down. So if we just film, I don't know, pick any portion of my leg here. This is just my leg, nothing weird or whatnot. And just check this out. And again, this is the front part of my leg, not like a calf portion. We'll see how now I can make this start to pop up. A little bit higher. Starting to change. And it's my whole leg going. Flip it around. Now it's grown even more. Again, this is the front part of my leg, not my calf that's being flexed or something like that. And when it goes down, or I guess I'll just do a different video so I can show that, but
So upon seeing and hearing all of that, I think that presented quite a bit of evidence that super soldiers exist. How long this has been going on for, on shore, however, I am certain that it's most likely been going on a lot longer than they say. This is all about being transhuman.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble. Then we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 or is to kill me. If you kill me, I'll kill you.
Our King Jesus didn't bring us this far to abandon us now. You were called, you were chosen. You were knit together in your mother's wombs, fearfully and wonderfully made. We are called to serve. King Jesus bless you all.